All right, everyone, there is a new AI model on the block, and let me tell you, it's not just another update. This thing is a total rethink of how AI can actually work. Today, we are diving deep into Kimi K2.5, a model that's taking on the absolute giants of the industry with a crazy powerful secret weapon. Let's see how it really stacks up. And wow, right out of the gate, you can see Kimi K2.5 is not just playing the game. It is here to win. Just look at this. Across all these different industry benchmarks, we're talking agent tasks, coding, understanding images. Those blue bars for Kimi are telling a really powerful story. In so many of these, it's matching or straight up beating the best models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. This is not some small step forward. This is a real challenge to the way things are.
So, that brings us to the big question, right? In a field that's just dominated by a few huge players, how is a new model all of a sudden able to get these kinds of insane state-of-the-art results? Well, the answer is pretty incredible. It comes down to two revolutionary secrets baked right into its design, and we're about to unpack both of them. Okay, so secret number one is all about how Kimi K2.5 learns to see and read the world around it. See, instead of treating text and images like two separate things that you kind of bolt together later, Kimi fuses them into one single unified understanding right from the very start.
Think of it like this, okay? The old way, that's kind of like learning a language from a textbook, and then way later, you try to understand a movie in that language. It's awkward, right? It's clunky. Kimi's method is more like being dropped right into a country where you have to learn to read the signs and listen to the people all at the same time. You just build a much deeper, more natural understanding of both. It's a technique called early fusion.
And this quote from the technical paper just nails it. By training on images and text together from day one, the model just gets this incredibly balanced and powerful grasp of both worlds. It turns out, teaching an AI to see actually makes it better at language, and teaching it language makes it way better at seeing. The big takeaway here is that these aren't two separate skills. They're one single integrated intelligence. But that whole unified brain thing, that's only half the story. The second secret is where things get, well, honestly, they get absolutely mind-blowing. It's a concept called the agent swarm, and it is a complete game changer for how AI solves really complex problems.
So first, let's get a handle on the problem it's trying to solve. You see, most AI agents, they work sequentially. They think, then they act. Then they think, then they act again, one step after another. Now, for a complicated task like researching and writing a super detailed report, this creates a massive bottleneck. The whole process is slow, and the AI can easily get lost on a long chain of steps.
Kimi's solution is the agent swarm. So instead of one AI trying to do everything all by itself, a main orchestrator AI acts like a project manager. It looks at a huge task and smashes it down into smaller pieces. Then, and this is the cool part, it creates a whole team of specialized sub-agents. You've got an AI researcher, a fact-checker, a web developer, and it tells them all to work on their pieces at the exact same time. It's like the difference between one chef trying to cook a 10-course banquet all alone versus an entire kitchen crew working in perfect sync. So, to be super clear, the agent swarm is a framework for doing work in parallel. You've got the orchestrator, which is the brains of the whole operation, delegating all the tasks. Then you have the sub-agents, who are the specialists, just crushing their assignments all at the same time. They report their results back up to the orchestrator, who then puts it all together into the final result. It's a dynamic, self-organizing AI dream team.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds fantastic in theory, but does it actually, work? Well, the performance numbers are pretty staggering. Let's just look at the results.
Here's the headline number for you: 4.5 times. By parallelizing the workload, the agent swarm can cut down the time it takes to complete complex research and analysis tasks by up to 4.5 times. That is not a 10% improvement, people. That is a monumental leap in efficiency.
And get this, it's not just faster, it's better. What's really fascinating here is the BrowseComp benchmark. This is a super tough test of an AI's ability to do deep, multi-step research on the web. The Kimi agent swarm scores a 78.4%. That's way better than not only its own single agent version, but also a leading model like GPT-5.2. This proves that this whole teamwork approach doesn't just save time, it actually produces a higher quality result. Okay, these two charts right here, they perfectly visualize the swarm's advantage. Let's break them down. Over on the left, we're looking at performance. That red line,
That's the agent swarm. It consistently hits a higher level of performance than the single agent, and it does it in way fewer steps. Now look at the chart on the right, which shows how much work is happening at once. You can see that as the model learns, it gets better at handling more and more tasks simultaneously. The key point is this: the swarm gets to a better answer, and it gets there so much more efficiently.
So, what does this all mean for the future of AI? This isn't just some cool new feature they bolted on. No, this is a glimpse of an entirely new way of thinking about AI.
So why should you care? Well, first, the agent swarm gives us a totally new blueprint for building AI systems that can actually tackle more complex, real-world problems. Second, it directly attacks one of the biggest complaints about advanced AI, how slow it can be. It makes this powerful AI actually practical for everyday stuff. Third, the team behind Komi is open sourcing the model, which is huge because it means the entire community can now build on this tech. And finally, this is a massive step toward what researchers call general agentic intelligence, the big goal of creating AIs that can act on their own in the world to achieve complex goals.
So this whole thing leaves us with a really fascinating thought. We've just seen how an AI can learn to create and manage its own team to solve a problem better and faster. So it really makes you wonder, if one AI can become a swarm, what happens when swarms of AIs start collaborating with each other? We might be at the very, very beginning of understanding what AI teamwork is truly capable of.